another book? I will write another book. I'm not writing it at the moment. I'm still working on Again But Better. First kiss story? My first kiss story is really shitty and underwhelming, and maybe for another time. Favorite type of dance? It is dab. What bookstores do you recommend? Is this a serious question? Because like my whole channel is book recommendations. Thoughts on the Endgame music video? You know I had really low expectations for that Endgame music video, and it blew those low expectations out of the water. That Endgame choreography though, why are you giving us wide shots of that? I want to see a close-up. Like, I want to see the dancing. I don't want a sweeping shot from afar. Would you ever get a pet in the future? You don't even know how much I want a pet. I miss my Chandler all the time, and I want a dog. If I got one though, I travel so much, I'd want to be able to easily bring the dog with me if I'm like going to see my family in New Jersey. So I'd want a dog that fits in a dog thing, but I also want a dog that looks exactly like Chandler. So like a mini baby Chandler. But at the moment, my apartment doesn't even let me have dogs. Which author makes you laugh the most? That would have to go to Cassandra Clare. Which Parks and Rec character do you identify with? Is this a question? Leslie, no! Favorite shape of pasta? I've come to really love orecchiette, and I mix this, like I do half orecchiette and half penne, and it's perfection. Was it hard to choose YouTube over a normal job? The more I participated in different internships, the more I realized that I want to be my own boss. When I got out of college, I came home with that drive. From being in the YouTube community already, I knew about how other creators were making a living on the site by, you know, making their own videos, but also integrating sponsored content. I had just hit 10,000 subscribers at the time on my Poland Bananas 20 channel. I knew if I took the time, I could build myself my own job. When there's a project like that you think's gonna take a lot of time and hard work, but you know you can do it and it's gonna make you happy, the only thing holding you back is laziness. You don't want to let laziness hold you back from doing what you love. If you could read the first draft of any book in history, what book would that be? Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows by J.K. Rowling. There could have been more! She could have changed things! I need to know! Last thing you texted? It was to my mom. I said, thanks, currently filming. She said, hope you're feeling better this morning, because I was telling her how I was feeling all creatively smothered last night. Favorite skit you filmed? I think my favorite one is Icebreakers. That I love Icebreakers. It's a classic. My favorite Natasha hairstyle is the pumpkin pie braid. That's why I always ask for it, because I love it. Thank you for always doing my hair. How did you meet Jessie the Reader? I feel like there's a great backstory behind this. I mean, there really isn't. It was VidCon 2013. I had found all the booktubers online during summer 2012, so it was really exciting because they were all coming to VidCon 2013. I was in a booth in IHOP eating with Evan and a few other YouTubers, and I saw like Little Book Owl and Ariel Bissett, and Jessie the Reader, and Raylene, and they saw me, and we were like, ah! And I went over to their booth and met everyone, and the rest is history. What do you miss most about New Jersey besides for your family and your puppies? Honestly, I miss the rain, and I miss cold weather. I don't miss 15-degree weather, which is what it was my whole trip back over Christmas. Feelings on cats? Have you read my section of Because You Love to Hate Me yet? If you could switch into any character from any Cassandra Clare book and live their life for a week, who would you choose and why? How can I not say Tessa Gray? I want to consider other people, but how can I not say Tessa Gray? I mean, how can I not say Tessa Gray? How can I not say Tessa Gray? I can't stop repeating this. Like, I'm trying to make my brain switch, but I can't do it because I can't not say Tessa Gray. Tessa has an awesome power, but also Will Herondale and Jem. And also, like, her all-knowing wisdom. She's like a Dumbledore now. When will you read Tower of Dawn? Oh my god, I'll get to it. Why Poland Bananas? If you don't know Why Poland Bananas, you can go to the YouTube search bar and type in Why Poland Bananas, and my video called Why Poland Bananas will pop up. Most awkward moment around a crush? I can't remember awkward moments around crushes because every moment is awkward. In high school, I never spoke to one because that's how awkward I was. I couldn't go within like a 10-foot radius. Please explain your Christmas Eve picture. What are you what Christmas Eve picture? Oh, this one. The first time I saw this picture, I saw how it was kind of weird and confusing what's going on with my arm, and that's why I wanted to post it, because I was like, this is gonna confuse people. And you know what? It did! I literally just have my arm like this on my waist. Favorite cosplay you've ever done? Dolores from Westworld. I love being Feyre, but being Dolores made me feel like a hardcore badass. If your book was a yoga pose, what pose would it be? I can't narrow my book down to one yoga pose. Like, how could I possibly do that? Maybe like, oh, broken in 8 places because it's all crooked and weird, and whenever I try to complete the pose, I fall on my face, and I'm always like, I gotta try this shit again! I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna do it again! I'm gonna do it better! This is the goal. And, this is me. Can you explain why book characters never go to the bathroom? Because it's boring to read about characters going to the bathroom. Even if you write it into your draft, your editor is gonna be like, cut that shit out unless you get murdered or get a really important call on the toilet or have a pivotal epiphany while you're peeing. There's no need to watch a book character go to the bathroom. Are you gonna bring back your Storytime videos? I do a Storytime video when I have a story to tell you. Like if I can't share a story, then I can't share a story! The last Storytime-ish video I did was the Orient Express video, and like nobody wanted to watch it. I did one for when I was in a book trailer. I did like a cell phones and me Storytime video. Like I've done Storytime videos. There's no bringing them back. There just haven't been stories that I can share. If you could go back to college for free, what degree would you get? It sounds so stupid. Like I would take some more screenwriting classes. I could only take so many because I was only allowed to start taking them my sophomore year after I had finished all my other prerequisites and shit. They were my favorite classes. What's your favorite song from the Greatest Showman soundtrack? I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I wanna be. This is me. I also love the opening number, The Greatest Show. I also love the closing number, From Now On. These eyes will not be blinded by the light. And I also love all the songs in between. Least favorite dinosaur? Least favorite dinosaur are the poser T-Rexes that aren't actually T-Rexes that they keep bringing in to be bigger than the T-Rexes in the Jurassic Park movies. Stop! You can't outshine him! How do you feel about Hufflepuffs? Hufflepuffs are great. If you were in Jumanji, what would your avatar's strengths and weaknesses be? I think my strengths would be like reflexes, jumping, hopefully dance fighting. Weaknesses would be bugs. If you could spend another year abroad, where would you go? Italy. If Cassandra Clare wanted to go write a series with you, would you be down? I'd obviously be like, yeah, of course I will. But then I'd just sit there and let her write everything. Like, I can't do better. So I'm just gonna like watch you write. Maybe I'll like suggest a joke every now and then. But even that, I'll be like, well, your jokes are superior. So I wouldn't be able to handle myself. What's the first story you remember writing? I was in 3rd grade when they let us publish a bound up book. And I wrote this story about these kids finding treasure at recess behind this tree. I also wrote a book with Jenna. At sleepovers, Jenna and I always used to write stories. We read those West Side School books, and every chapter was a story about someone in their class. So we wrote a book with every chapter was someone in our class, and we worked on that for a while. Like, it was such a big deal to type it up because we wrote it all out. Oh my god! We used their actual names. We wrote stories about every person in our 4th grade class, printed them out because we were gonna like make the actual book. And when we say like make the book, we were doing it with one of those like plastic things that you used to put reports in. You know, you put it in the plastic thing and then you slide the edge thing on. Do you ever feel pressured by society to be in a relationship? This is a deep one. I got a deep question. The answer is obviously yes. And especially in my 20s, I've found that you gotta take a step back and assess obviously how you feel about the situation, because it's not about how society feels. It's about if you want to be in a relationship right now, if you want to date someone right now. And if the answer is no, like if you don't want to be putting yourself out there and like melding your life with another humans, because that's what happens when you're in a relationship. If that doesn't sound like something that you're ready to do or that you want to do at this point in your life, then like do not worry about it. I was single for ages, for like 100,000 years, until I was 24, and I was in a relationship for a little over a year and a half. After having been in a relationship and then coming out of it and being single again, I felt so free and I was so productive. I was so not in a place where I wanted to be in a relationship. After like 6 months of that, I was like, maybe I should try to date again. I don't know. And I tried and I was not ready to do that. Like, I did not like it. It wasn't until like literally the end of last year, the end of 2017, that I was like, okay, I'm in a place where I actually want to be in a relationship. And I like started to try to put myself out there again. And I met someone that I liked and I had like a full-blown panic attack. It's like a paradigm shift when you go from being single to dating somebody. It doesn't sound like a big deal. It's not really, but it is after being single for so long. In conclusion, don't let society make decisions for you. You make decisions for you. Would you rather go 10 years in the future or 10 years in the past? Definitely the past. 10 years in the future is horrifying. terrifying because you don't know what kind of shit could happen. I mean, okay, like the truth of the matter is I'm a product of everything that's happened in those last 10 years. And doing the slightest thing differently could change everything. So I don't know if I'd want to go anywhere. Describe the day you became a sister. For the life of me, I can't remember the day I became Olivia's sister. I was only 3 years old. What I can remember is when I became Paul's sister, because I was almost 9 years old. He was like the cutest baby I've ever seen in my life, and I loved taking care of him. And whenever he went anywhere, I was just watching him. I was his photographer. My dad had got me all this new film for Christmas to take pictures of him, so I took a picture of him every day for the first year of his life. He was my little baby. I love him so much. When he was like 3, 4, and I was like at the end of middle school, in high school, he would like come into my room in the morning on the weekends at like 7 a.m. and be like, Christine, will you play with me? Can we play? But it was 7 a.m. and I went to school really early every morning, so I was like, yeah, in a little bit when I get up. And he'll be like, okay, and he'll just like curl up on the floor of my room with his blankie and just like sleep there waiting for me. And it was like the most adorable thing in the universe. Did you ever consider writing a script or doing something in film? Of course! I have written 2 full movie scripts. I never went back and like workshopped those to the point where I was like happy to try to sell those scripts. At this point, I would rather write a book than a script. There's just so much more story freedom, and I'd much rather adapt a book into a screenplay now than like straight up write a screenplay. I tried to go back to one of those scripts and like read it, see what I could do with it. Oh my god, I got a couple pages in and I wanted to stab it with a knife. It burns how shitty I think the writing is now. I wrote it when I was like 21. I got an A on that script. Woo. You just evolve, you get better. That is it for today's Q&A. Thank you so much for all your questions. I hope I answered them to your satisfaction. I'm Christine, I make videos every Tuesday. I am at Xtinemay on Twitter and Instagram. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching, goodbye!